Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing good. So today we'll do the back exercise and question answers of chapter 12, the earth, sun and the moon. First of all, on page number B43, let's recall is given. First, in this one you have to write capital T for true and F for false statement. The earth is the fourth planet in the solar system. It is false. Earth is on the third number. So first one is false. Second, the outermost layer of the earth is crust. Yes, outermost layer is crust. So this one is true. Third, the core is the coldest part of the sun. No, it is the hottest. So this one is false. Fourth, the sun is the star nearest to the earth. Yes, it is. So this one is true. And fifth is, sorry, excuse me. The inner core of the earth is made up of iron. Yes, it is made up of iron. So this one is also true. After this, next is now the exercise. Page B47, let's answer. Part A is your MCQs. Now 4 options are given and you have to take the correct answer. Which of the following has air, water and land? A earth, B sun, C moon and D all of these. Correct answer is A. So on A you will put tick. Second is, which of the following is the outermost layer of the earth? A mantle, B outer core, C inner core and D crust. It is crust. So correct answer is D. Third is, magma comes out from A outer core, B inner core, C mantle and D crust. Answer is C mantle. Who was the first man to step on the moon? A. Neil Armstrong, B. Edwin Aldrin, C. Michael Collins and D. Yuri Gagarin. Answer is A. Neil Armstrong. He was the first man to step on the moon. Fifth is, which of the following is not an artificial satellite? A. Sputnik 1, B. Aryabhat, C. Moon, D. Bhaskar. Now out of these, Sputnik 1, Aryabhat, Bhaskar 1, these are type of artificial satellites. Moon is kind of natural. So answer is C. Moon. Next is B. Fill in the blanks. Now help box is given. You have to see from the help box, read the statement and then answer the correct word. Make sure that you do your back exercise work using pencils only. The dash contains molten iron and nickel. Which contains molten iron and nickel? Outer core. A thin layer of air around the sun is called corona. Third is, the dash is made up of hydrogen and helium. Answer is sun. The surface of the moon is covered with dash and mountains with craters. And when a dash object comes in the path of the light, it casts its shadow. Answer is opaque. Opaque objects, they block the rays of light and cast the shadow. Now C part, that is name the following. First is it protects us from harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun. Answer is ozone layer. It is present in the atmosphere. Second is the innermost layer of the earth. It is core. Third is the atmospheric layer on which continents and oceans lie. Answer is crust. Fourth, the star nearest to the earth. It is sun. And any three satellites launched by India, you can write any three. Bhaskar, Rohini, insert to A. After this, match the following. Okay, before match the following, we'll do the part D, that is your question answers. So question 1 is solar eclipse and lunar eclipse. See, solar eclipse, it occurs, first of all, what do you mean by eclipse? It is the situation when one celestial object it casts the shadow on the another celestial object and the shadow falls, then it is known as the eclipse. Now we have two type of eclipse, solar eclipse and lunar eclipse. Solar eclipse, it is eclipse which is formed when position of the sun is fixed, right? When moon comes in between sun and the earth, then solar eclipse occur. So what is solar eclipse? It occurs when moon comes between sun and the earth, and moon it casts its shadow on the earth, and any part of the earth is not visible to earth. Sorry, from the earth any part of the sun is not visible to us. That is known as the solar eclipse. Second one is lunar eclipse. Lunar eclipse occur when earth comes between sun and the moon, and moon doesn't get the sun's light, and it earth sorry shadow of the earth falls on the moon, then it is known as the lunar eclipse. Now question number 2. Second question is, what is atmosphere? Our planet, we live on the planet earth. Around our planet there is a layer of air which is surrounding the earth. So this layer of air which is surrounding the earth, this is only known as atmosphere. So what is atmosphere? The layer of air that surrounds the earth is called atmosphere. Question number 3 is, what is sun made of? Now when we are talking about what is sun made up of? Now in this one, first of all, sun. Sun is made up of, what is it? It is huge ball of hot burning gases. We call this, right? Now here we are talking about hot burning gases. Which one hot burning gases? We can name them. Especially hydrogen and helium. So it is made up of especially these two gases, hydrogen and helium. And second thing is, we can explain the parts of the sun. In the parts of the sun, first of all, the inner part, which is very hot, we call it core, and the outer layer of air around the sun, we call it corona. So what is sun made up of? Especially it is made up of the gases like hydrogen and helium, and hydrogen, it is getting converted into helium continuously on the surface of the sun. That's why we get heat and light energy. Along with it, there are two parts. Inner part, which is very hot, we call it core, and the outer part is known as corona. Now question number 4. Question number 4 is, how are craters formed on the moon? How are craters formed? See, when we are talking about craters, what are craters? These are very, very large, huge hollows which are formed on moon. Now, question is, how are these formed? These are formed when, along with the planets, satellites, they are other along with it, there are other substances which are present in this. We call it meteoroids. Now what are these meteoroids? These are the very large pieces. No doubt their size is less than the planets which are present. They are also traveling in the space. So what happens in actual, when these meteoroids, they hit, for example, this is meteorite and here is moon. So when it hit on the surface of the moon, then they form the craters. So how craters are formed? Craters are formed when meteoroids, they crash on the surface of the moon. Then these craters are formed. Now question number 5. Question number 5 is, what are artificial satellites? What are artificial satellites? So this word is formed by a combination of two. Artificial, which is made by man, which naturally do not exist. Second is satellite. Satellite is object that revolve around the planet. We call it satellite. Okay. Now, when we are talking about this, what are artificial satellites? And combine these two definitions. Objects which are made by man and which revolve around the planets, around the earth. We call them artificial satellites. Now, what is the purpose? Why are these made? These are sent into the space to gather the information, to capture the image, to capture the other information about the planet, even to gather other information for transmission of signals. Also we use for weather forecasting. There are so many areas in which these satellites are being used. Next is the internal structure of the earth. So question 6 is internal structure of the earth. So when we are talking about this, first of all, the outermost layer of the earth, we call it crust, which is hardest among all, where all the oceans and continents are present. That is known as crust, and it is around 5 to 70 kilometer, 5 kilometer in the ocean to 70 kilometer under the ground. And it is the hardest among all, where all the oceans plus continents are present. Okay, so this is the first layer of the earth. After that, below crust layer, there is one more layer. What is it? That is known as second layer. We call it mantle layer. This mantle layer is further divided into two parts: outer mantle and inner mantle. This outer mantle, this one, it is completely 2900 kilometer in thickness. Outer mantle layer, it is hard, and inner mantle layer, this one it is in hot and molten liquid state. So magma, when any volcano erupts in magma, it comes out from this inner mantle layer. After this, third one is core, the innermost layer of the earth. It is also further divided into two parts. This one is outer core. It is also present in molten state. And this one is inner core. And this is kind of solid sphere. Core is made up of iron, nickel. Inner core is made up of specially iron. And this mantle, it has so many other minerals, aluminium, magnesium, so many substances which are present in this. Next question is well-labeled diagram of solar eclipse and lunar eclipse that I have already explained with question number 1. Now match the following. Let's do. Now let's do match the following. Two columns are given. First of all, Aryabhat. What Aryabhat? It is India's first satellite. So in front of C, write 1. Second is Sputnik. What is Sputnik? It is first satellite. So in front of 2, A, write 2. Third is Neil Armstrong, first man to step on the moon. So in front of E, you will write 3. Fourth, craters. These are hollows on the surface of the moon. So in front of B. Fifth is sun. First man to, fifth is sun. It is hydrogen and made up of hydrogen and helium. In front of D, we'll write 5. And last one, moon, natural satellite of the earth. Part B is name the types of eclipse shown in the figure which is given. Now see, first picture is given this. It is moon is, in first one earth is in between moon and the sun. So answer is, this one is type of lunar eclipse. And second one is when moon comes between earth and the sun, then it is type of solar eclipse. So this was all about your back exercise. Have a nice day everyone.